Good morning.
Hello.
Hello and welcome.
Day 4 of the 5 days in and to flow parenting.
Woo-hoo-hoo. And so while we're waiting for everyone to arrive this morning, for the replay viewers who might be wondering what we're doing today, what are we doing today? Like, what have we been doing all week for parenting?
Yes, so we have been taking you through this little process that you can do with us on the lives to connect with these key elements of being in flow. Are you in expansion? Are you in contraction?
What's your intention?
What's your true intention for today?
True is really important, hey?
Yes, super important. It's kind of it's what affects your whole day.
There's a lot of pieces to it. Good morning, everyone who's joining. Lisa, Sandy.
Hello, Lisa and Sandy.
So today is day 4, and it doesn't matter if you're just catching us today for some reason. Go back on our timeline and see day 1, because the whole that sets up everything, and then you can go and do it if you want. So good morning, everyone who is arriving. Quickly, I did not check yesterday if we had any miracle stories.
I did see one.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay, so we wanted to just remind everyone the book giveaways today. Book giveaway. And do we have a book giveaway tomorrow, or we're doing the big competition tomorrow? Or both?
I think we're doing both.
Let's do both.
Yeah. So tomorrow we'll draw the
Good morning, Mandy.
the coaching packages, but today we have another book giveaway, and we had all your names in a pile.
Show you our little
Lisa,
names. See, we have names everywhere.
Lisa shook them all up, and I closed my eyes and picked one out. And I picked out a name of someone who I haven't met yet, but you commented and you shared on yesterday's live, and her name's Sally, and now I've forgotten what her last name is.
Collins?
Sally Collins. And I don't think you're a sister yet.
No, we don't really know you, but yay! Go you. So we're going to tag Sally later?
Yeah, and I remember when I looked at the comments, Sally was saying she wanted to go through the 5 days again. So that's a beautiful idea to do it. You could do it regularly.
Well, you could come and do it in sisterhood and do kind of 3 months of it, because it's kind of going to be a continuing thing. It's not like the focus of the next 3 months, like every workshop, but we are definitely going to support you in continuing this as a lifestyle shift. Good morning, everyone. Angela, Kathy. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Okay.
Andy, good evening. So, Sally,
quick look. Do we need to show her the books again? She can go to the website.
Yeah.
We'll put the link.
One of any of our books. We'll send it to you.
Yeah.
So we want to take you through the worksheet again today. This one is, what's my greatest joy leading me to?
Where is it?
Where I'm reading it in a weird way.
Yes.
Where is my greatest joy leading me today? So we're going to take you through it, and we'll share our process as we go, and then we'll share our miracle mindset.
Do you want to do it that way?
What do you think?
I don't know. One thing I want to do is Emma, are you here this morning? I think Emma's here. Sure, sorry.
Emma Tunbridge. There's a couple of Emmas.
Say what Emma's. Okay, wrong Emma. Well, everyone, this is relevant for everyone. And actually it was interesting because Kaya and I both had this sort of issue come up this morning. Emma asked in the sisterhood, how do you, she's having trouble understanding sometimes if she's in expansion or contraction, and especially the more awareness you start to develop and the more subtle it becomes, and the more you're cycling a little bit faster and differently. My experience is when I am not working my energy in any conscious, aware way, that my expansions and contractions look more obvious, and are slower, because I am not turning with my energy as aware as I could. And so I'm often in contraction but not going there for quite a while, and then I'm in a longer contraction period, and then I think I'm okay, now I feel like it kind of moves slower and it's more obvious. As you get more and more aware, you pay more attention. Emma asked if this was true, and I would say yes. Your fluctuations become more subtle the more you're reading it, and you'll probably be cycling faster. You might even notice it shifts within one day, up and down. And you wanted to talk about that, yeah?
Yeah, I agree with that. And I wanted to mention, because you saw in the last few days how we were sharing like our dominant energy that we were in that moment. Even though I was in expansion for each of those 3 days, I did have mini contractions. When I said that this morning, it sounded like labour.
We were like, Braxton Hicks!
I did have mini moments of contraction throughout those days. And it does move and change, and it is important to tune into where you are in the moment and be real with that. But then I also find that there is kind of that generally lasts a bit longer than just in the moment. I do have this sort of flavor it's like there's kind of 2 levels. Like in the moment I might have like a mini contraction or a mini expansion, but for at least like half a day or maybe a day or a little while, there's not really a rule for what the time is, but I have like an underlying feeling until that feels like that's complete and that's changed. And yeah, were you going to say something?
No.
And today I had it took me a little while to really tune into where I was at, and I am more in contraction at the moment, just because, and I could tell because it just felt good to acknowledge a more inward and receiving and gentle energy, and acknowledge that I actually want to turn in, and I want to be here with me, or I want to receive. Like when I connected to that, it felt like a yes. But at first that was quite hard to connect with, because today is huge for me. Lisa and I both, our children are a part of this mini festival they're organising, that we're organising with them for kids, and there's heaps to do.
It's on today. It's on tonight.
Lots of things happening. So it's like there's no option not to do lots and be around lots of people and be outward. But
yeah, we're like coordinating all the putting up of tents and bonfires, and it's like that. You can't
hosting a whole heap of teenage girls getting ready for the festival really soon.
It's big today.
But I can but so it was kind of like my head was going, well, I should be in expansion for today.
Not to be in expansion. We do that.
But when I acknowledged, no, there is contraction energy in me, it felt really good. And it's like, now I can go into today, which it's not like I'm going to say, I'm in contraction, I quit, because this is too important. This is too important for all the children, and therefore it's really important to me. But I can come to it with a slightly different energy and with a more honouring of myself and with more flow.
I think that's the really key point. You can do a busy day in contraction. You're going to see how both of us do it today. I want to recap on how my day went, because you were so beautiful and all loving to me yesterday. And that actually, I promise you, that actually started to turn my tide right then and there on the live yesterday with everyone's love. Good morning, Jessamine, Kat, B. So I had a beautiful day. I had a great day. My kids and I went out together. We went to lunch together, and then trawled the op shops because my daughter was looking for the perfect outfit for tonight. And they were really sweet. They were like, oh, Mum, we love you so much, and you spend so much time with us, and blah, blah, like all the things that would really, that I could receive and fill up. And here was I thinking I wasn't doing enough with them and stuff, and they were totally like, oh, love how you spend so much time with us and that sort of thing. So it was beautiful, that part of it. I stayed in contraction and just received, and I still got somehow a food shop done. I created most of the program. I did write the email. But I would not have done any of them if in the moment I just went, I can't. Like if I can't, I would have, except for the food, because we need the food. But the rest of it, I would have just done something. I would have delegated it somehow. So I am in contraction still, but not deep contraction, okay? And there's a subtlety here which relates back to Emma's question. And I had to sit and think like quite a while. I could say, oh crap, expansion, contraction, because I feel considerably better than yesterday. Yesterday I was feeling fragile and like, whoa, everyone needs to go away and leave me alone. And today I'm feeling so much more topped up. It would be easy for me to say, oh, I'm in expansion today because I feel way different to yesterday. But if I really tune into what feels true in my body, and Emma, come to your body for the answer for these questions if you're in doubt, I am still in contraction. I'm in a little bit of gentler contraction, but my overall energy today is still contraction, and I feel fine working that while setting up a festival. Yeah. Okay, I have four boys, so it's hard to stop long enough to even try to feel whether I'm in contraction or expansion. I think it just changes rapidly throughout my day. It does shift in and out of your day. Like you could tell from like when I just told you about my day, I had little periods of expansion. I wrote a beautiful email about you all, by the way, and the sisterhood, and that felt like expansion to me. I had small moments, but my overall energy wanted me to keep receiving and being gentle, receive, be gentle, receive, be gentle, and receiving felt so important and vital when I did it, like a needle mover when I did it. Mandy, honey, you'd probably do shift in and out of your day, but I would suggest that there probably is an energy running through your day that feels a bit more dominant than the other, but you probably haven't managed to get into your body enough to work it out. That's kind of what I'm guessing.
Yeah, I get it. When there's so much energy around you and you're doing so much, it's not like really easy all the time to self-connect and to have that pause, to come in and really tune in with yourself. But the more that you like practice that, like practice a pause, practice taking a breath and really getting a bit slower, like not like quick ask the question and I want the answer to come quickly, like come on, just tell me, am I in expansion or am I in contraction? But like just ask and just relax and trust your body to let you know, and kind of let your body and the deeper parts of you know that you want to be in relationship. This is important. I want to connect at a deeper level. The more you just practice doing that, the more you will know it, the more you will recognize it.
And I think too, it's kind of easy to, good morning, Ange, it's kind of easy to be like, especially in contraction, I'm still in contraction. I feel like I've been in contraction for weeks. Like, how can that be? Like, and want to will ourselves to be in a different space. And you can, as I said, you've been watching me this week in contraction, still getting my entire life done and still having great connection with my kids. In fact, if I'm totally honest, I often have better connection with my kids when I'm in contraction. I've noticed in the last week or two. It probably depends on your contraction, but I'm slower, I make more time for them, I'm just gentler in general. So I did have trouble today deciding, am I expansion or contraction, but there is an underlying thread, I guess, that is weaving through. If I zoom out a little bit and I go, right, I'm going to have like moments happening like this in my day, but if I zoom out, like how do I want to set my orientation for the day? What feels right? And so I am still keeping with contraction for me. I'm still a little depleted, and I can feel my energy going, I can't wait till tomorrow because the mini fest will be done and there'll be like a huge project off my plate. And like the fact that I'm wanting it to be done with still says to me, still wanting to contract, still wanting to, I'm not super excited yet. I'm hoping that the kids will receive their excited energy, but I'm not yet super excited about it. I'm still like, oh man, crap, got to set up the photo studio, go get up all the tents, got to finish writing that program. Like, I've got so much that's kind of stressing me. I still definitely feel contraction. Mandy, let us know how that feels for you. Like, if you feel like maybe you haven't quite gotten the space to connect, rather than you are rapidly changing throughout your day.
I know.
It is, you do, like, you have moments inside the day, but look for that overall theme. And for some mothers, contraction can go for, I don't know, we've worked with mothers, the contraction's been a theme for a couple months.
Yeah, sometimes you really need to rejuvenate, reconnect, and if you've been disconnected or burnt out for a long time.
It can take time, and we feel better virtually after the first day. Like today, I feel so much better than yesterday that it's not like an easy call to go, oh, well, obviously in contraction. Like, I had to really sit with it and go, no, really, if I could have it all my way, forget my to-do list for a second, if I could have it all my way, would I rather be receiving energy and still kind of like hiding out a little bit more insular, or do I want to get out into the world?
In contraction.
Yeah.
Such a gift to yourself to even just acknowledge that and honor that. Like, yeah, I'm in contraction. That in itself is big.
I would say you and I have had like quite a lot of expansion energy for a while, and I personally, I don't know about you, but I have had experiences over the last couple of months for sure when I should have worked contraction more strongly and I didn't. I pushed.
Oh yeah, I'm really good at that.
Yeah, we're actually both really good at that, which is why we're like get so much done. But like, it's not healthy, and so now I am feeling that in my body that overall I'm probably going to sit in contraction for another week. I mean, I'll have moments of expansion and it could change. I'm open to it, but like I can feel that, yeah, I probably need to sit here longer.
But I also find that sometimes there's like this excited energy that can come through me. It's like this, that even if, yes, I definitely need to come back to contraction, but sometimes just trust what's coming through. Like, I'm in contraction, but then, I've had this love of life and this wanting to get out energy. Even when your brain says, oh, but really, I probably should. It can happen in both directions. Like, I should be in contraction for longer because I know I've been tired for ages. Like, it can move.
It can totally move, yeah. And the thing that I want to really point out, that's a good comment. I want to answer that, Emma. The thing that I want to point out is I am having a really interesting experience over the last week or two. My PC readings are back, Naomi. Still in contraction, still calling.
And I saw your comment, but it's disappeared. But yeah, I hear you. She was been in contraction for a month.
Happens. And Ange, honey,
disappearing.
God, I did too fast. And Ange, for Ange, honey, you have been in massive expansion. You moved countries, you had a baby. Like, hello, there's like a lot. You might be in contraction for a while as you come back. That takes some time to bounce back. The point I want to say is that's really, really key for me, and I really want to stress is, you can function and get stuff done and be in alignment with your values and engage with your kids with contraction energy. It doesn't mean life stops. The deepest of contractions, you can kind of shut down. But like, there's a lot of contraction energy where I still live life and get stuff done. Okay, Emma's comment. Emma, this is a really good comment, and I'm with you on this. Emma wrote that she has trouble setting an intention for her own day because then she gets caught up in her perfectionism and her am I living it, is my day working because I'm either on my intention or I'm not, sort of thing. And she finds it more relaxing to be in the moment and to use that question as an in the moment practice. In this moment, what's stirring in my soul today? Okay, I am a huge in the moment person. Kara and I really teach a lot of in the moment stuff usually. Like that's our go-to. And I nearly always use what I call a power question as my in the moment anchor. And these would definitely be power questions. So absolutely, if that's really working for you, then work with that. I do also get an overview for my day, though, I have to admit, because there are some days where I don't ask my power question much, and I actually find that this setup supports me even if I'm not consciously aware all day. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, it's like a foundation or container that's sitting there. I can always check in and micro it in the moment and sort of tweak it if I've got the space and I'm aware and I'm conscious and I'm on it in a good way. But having a container already set up, often my day just unfolds and it's like it might be a whirlwind. I don't really pay attention, but I get to the end and I can see how my container wove through my day without me even consciously really got to make sure I'm doing it. Okay, so it's a mixture of the two. Ultimately go with what works, but we're exploring the setup of the day and then being able to let it go in this 5 days.
And there's also, I find, like, I have moved between just in the moment connection, what's really moving in me right now, and kind of really connecting with a theme for the day and doing both and like all of it. But something that I find really helpful and powerful with tuning into a theme and intention for the day that feels really alive is I get to go kind of a little deeper with it. Like I might remember in the evening, that's right, that was my intention, and it's like a whole other layer of it comes out. Like yesterday, my intention's playfulness, and I receive the miracles. Like where has that moved in my life, and then also where can it go even further? It's like it opens up new layers.
Yeah, the in the moment tends to be just in the here and now. If you set up at the beginning of the day and give yourself 5 or 10 minutes, you're probably not going to do that in the middle of the day all the time. But it just allows you to go a little deeper, be a little more anchored in that intention, I would guess, yeah. And definitely for receiving miracle mindset. Yeah, receiving your miracles are really easy if you've got a daily setup.
Sandy, I feel there are so many levels of contraction and expansion. Not allowing myself to receive and acknowledge contraction has kept me in contraction. I think this is a lifetime of contraction for me. I would say
it can feel like that.
Yeah, it can feel like that, and also your journey of falling in love with contraction, like deeply embracing it, is where it moves. Like the more you deeply love contraction, the more you'll find contraction and expansion move between each other.
Yeah. If you're in that resistance to contraction, you're just holding it, stuck. You're in a holding pattern there. So yeah.
Yeah, we answered Kathy's question.
Awesome, and I think we answered Emma's question. Awesome. Let's do our setup. If more questions come up, we'll address them, but let's do today. So where is my greatest joy leading me today? So whichever way around you want to think about these, whether you want to think about it as intention first or which direction is my energy today, either is fine. I am still in slight contraction. Not heavy, fragile, I can't go out of the house contraction, but I'm like, I still need to receive a lot today and be gentle with myself. So what is my greatest joy leading me to today? My greatest joy is leading me to spaciousness and presence, to live in moment bubbles, that's what I call them, and to find the joy in my connection with others.
Mine is to see beauty inside and outside.
And you're in contraction?
I'm just in kind of going into contraction this morning.
Okay, and what are you going to receive or project today?
Receive. And this morning while in meditation and going through this process, I just felt myself receive life force energy. I know that's quite broad and you can receive life force energy from anything, but it just felt so refueling and energizing. and remembering that there's life force energy from the sun, from food, from the earth, from like just feeling energy fill me up, refueling me. And then I tuned into project, and I had this sense of, I don't want to actively project anything, but the words radiate beauty came out. I just want to radiate and be beauty and be in beauty, and that it's kind of like projection but without a projection energy. It just radiates out.
You know, I think I want to add to this one day. I want to put a frequency holder.
Yes.
Because, yeah, I feel the same today in terms of projecting. I'm not like going to be projecting strongly, but I am going to be holding a very specific frequency in the mayhem of this afternoon's setup for tonight.
Yeah.
And that is ease. Let's just make it easy. Let's just make it easy. That doesn't mean I'm going to project that strongly into the situation. I might, if it got really stressful and tense, I might choose to really like actively, consciously project ease and calm and simplify into the situation. But that's just for me a frequency holder today. It is also just a derivative of what I'm receiving, which is calm and ease. Calm and ease. So it's the same thing. I'm just going to keep receiving calm and ease today, and then I'm going to hold the frequency for the chaos that is occurring around us. And it might not be chaotic, but, you know, with what, 20-odd kids setting up tents and bonfires
all
and discos.
Skype messages are all coming up on Lisa's screen.
Oh, yeah, look at them. They're all going crazy. It's today. It's today. It's all happening today. Oh, okay.
So
you guys,
foundation.
well, you guys
share
whatever part of your setup you want to share. You know the drill by now. It's day 4, so you should know the day. Okay, foundation.
Yeah, for me, it's meditation and doing this process. Actually, that was foundation and connection. Really meditating, tracking, connecting with my feelings, feeling my feelings, and meditating and just feeling myself connect with the earth was kind of foundation and connection together, and I did that this morning.
Beautiful. Foundation for me today, I did meditate, but I'm not counting that, is to feel the earth beneath my feet. Like to connect to nature today is a big one for me. And I am intentionally going to actually, that's probably going to, it could be a ritual, because the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to intentionally go out and really do it solidly for 2-3 minutes. Make that a thing. I'm not just going to do it in the moment. I'm going to go out. I might even go 5 minutes, maybe even 10 if I'm feeling really, 10 feels stressful this morning. I got to admit, you're going to see that our practices look quick today because there's a lot happening. Okay, what are you manifesting today, Kaya?
I'm actually, it's not particularly parenting related, but I'm calling in the sisters who are really ready to be in Mother Rising who aren't yet, calling them in. I want to have the whole complete sisterhood. So I'm calling that in.
Oh, that's beautiful. I did this beautiful, I have a movement practice that I use when I'm working energy through my body, in and out of my body and around my body. It's kind of, it looks like dance. Anyway, I did a Shandara practice last night, and I brought I started it before I even cast the space. I started it, I lit a candle, and I thanked all of you so much and sent you so much love for all the love that you gifted and blessed me with yesterday. And I really filled that up before I started. And then I cast space and I raised a lot of energy and stuff, and then I called in the sisters who need that same level of love and support last night.
Hello, Rita.
Good morning, Rita. Good morning, and oh no, not good morning, you've been here for a while. I'm leaning towards a day of slowness and patience, receiving and projecting patience. Nice.
Kat said, my great joy is leading me to live a day of comfort and flow.
Nice. Beautiful. Kat, I'm curious, are you in expansion or contraction with that today? And really, when you're talking about patience, projecting patience, project it into the situation really cleanly, receiving it with a lot of gentleness towards yourself. there's a real flavour of self-love that I would invite you to really lean into today. Yay, Jacqueline, you're here. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, connection. You've done your connection. You were doing tracking, feeling the feelings in your meditation. Okay. Today, my self-connection is going to be definitely in the moment. I'm not going to sit and journal for half an hour or anything like that. I am going to do a breath practice called Be Here Now. I'm just going to keep coming present to myself and then checking in. What's moving in me? What's moving in me? That's how I'm connecting. And I will be doing that like probably quite a lot today. I would say out of all the things that I'm doing, that will be the one that's most frequently going to keep popping up for me. Ritual.
Beautiful. We are reading your comments.
Yeah, my intention to be totally present with whatever arises today.
Ritual for me
Beautiful.
is and I did this morning with my water. I have like a morning water and lemon, and I want to continue. When I remember, bring a ritual into when I eat and when I drink, that I'm taking in love and health and beauty, and like with reverence, I'm receiving those things into my body.
Oh, I could have turned off Skype. They're just going crazy. Sorry. Did you finish ritual?
I did.
Okay,
yeah.
I was reading the comments. Okay, so I have done 2 rituals today, and that's actually going to be it for me today. Except that my mala will remind me to come back to my connection piece, because my mala is on. This is today. It's not. It's my grounding, spacious, peaceful, calm mala. And I've still got my peace earrings on. And I am also burning peace today. And I rub peace on my wrists. And then I'll tell you my ritual. So I breathe it in. And I breathe in. I say, it depends what the oil is, obviously. But today I say peace in my body, peace in my emotions, peace in my mind, peace, everywhere. But I didn't just say the words. I said it with great intent. And I breathed as I did it. And I just allow my body to relax. I allow my emotions to relax. Allow the to-do list to relax. So that was my ritual. I've done those 2 this morning. And that will probably be everything that happens today for me.
I'm loving everything you're all sharing. So if you're ever feeling a bit stumped, also read all the comments. There's so much wisdom, much community pooling.
And you might notice ritual is one of those areas, like I think you change connection and foundation, and definitely what you're asking for, like all the time. I find rituals tend to hold for a period of time. There's a lot of power in building your ritual so that it will bring you into that mindset and that energetic state quite quickly.
But also continuing to come back to, like, am I being in this as a ritual, bringing my intention into it? Is it not just becoming like
not a habit. It can't be a habit. Remember, it's got to be done in that moment with great intention. Otherwise, it's just a habit. And there's nothing wrong with habits. There's nothing wrong with good, healthy habits, but when you don't bring that intention to it, you don't consciously align your physiology, your mindset, your energetic frequency. That happens with the intention piece in it. Okay. Breathing for sure. Manifest a state of calming, centered energy. Yeah, I love how everyone's manifesting really different things. Do you want to do miracle mindset?
Yeah.
I really, really, really would love to hear everyone's miracles. Like what has happened? What are it could be small moments. So I had one moment yesterday and I had to laugh because I have been searching for a pair of black boots that aren't my Ugg boots for literally a couple months now. In all areas, like online and at the mall and in the op shop, like everywhere. And I haven't been able to find them. And I've been obsessed with wanting to find them. But yesterday, when Maddie and I were trolling the op shops, I found 2 pairs of perfect boots, one black, one brown, both my size, both in awesome condition. It's a small thing, but like I was like, yeah, I'm in flow. I'm really leaning into this contraction and receiving, and it's going well. It was a little one, and there were many others that I wrote down, like the kids just spontaneously reflecting back to me how they feel so connected to me. My daughter coming in and voluntarily wanting to have a cuddle, which is kind of unusual for preteen. Like sometimes they don't always go, Mom, I just want to sit here and cuddle. Like
My daughter's been doing that a lot lately too.
Yeah, it's nice. So cool.
Naomi, mine is still to be present and not allow this hectic time in my life to take over so I don't disattach from myself. I would invite you, Naomi, when you tune into what you don't want, then tune into what do I want instead, just to make it a little more powerful. We're in the second last week of sale campaign for the house. I'm finding myself becoming withdrawn and robotic.
If I had to guess, Naomi, and tune in a little bit, I would say that your energy, withdrawn and robotic, that detached, kind of numbed out, that you want to be in contraction. Like that your energy wants to be in contraction, and you feel like you need to keep being in expansion because of everything that's going on in your life. Hectic. And I'm in that space too this week. So I would invite you to really explore how you can live life with its hecticness from a space of contraction.
And I often, in those situations, go to more and more self-connection. Really tune into my body. Really tune into my emotions. Give myself hugs.
Yeah.
Give myself a little bit of a pause to really receive what I'm feeling. Be with what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Connect with what I'm wanting.
And these are kind of all in the moment type things. And that's why I said my self-connection will be the biggest thing I do today. And it will just be this breath piece, that just takes a couple of moments, and I can do in the middle of a field, and I can do while I'm photographing an event, and all the things that are going to be happening. Yeah.
All right.
Intentions with our kids. Did we not do that one? I think we did.
Mine is to see and receive their divine beauty. Wow, I already have lots, and I will continue to.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's really special. And there'll be so many kids there that we know so well today. That'll be fun to see their excitement levels.
Yeah.
Mine is a practice that I did a couple of years ago, and it's very rare that I make this a full-on practice, and for some reason I feel really called to do it today. It feels spacious to me, is to be truly present in the moment to whoever is in front of me in that one moment, whichever one of my children. And actually in this case it could be any of the children in the community, but to just be so present and there to the person who's in front of me. That could be, that might not be a normal contraction type. Some people might be going, whoa, I could never do that in contraction, but that feels spacious to me. Instead of holding all the chaos, to just be totally present and
slowing
there.
down.
Yeah, and to really be engaged in a meaningful way with the one person in front of me. That's my interactions with my children today.
Sandy, beautiful. Thank you for sharing your received miracle. My son dried the dishes, happily dried the dishes without me having a hissy fit. We had a lovely connection and chat while he did it, and I sat and relaxed.
Perfect.
Congratulations.
That's beautiful. Woohoo. Okay, I want all of you to be thinking about what you're receiving in the day based on your flow, okay? What your miracles are. Despite yesterday not honouring my intentions for the day, that's cool, and feeling really out of sync and flow, still had small moments of moving into connection. My received miracle yesterday was my son throwing his arms around my legs full force and telling me thank you and that he loves me just for filling up his water cup. Oh, he ended up filling up my own cup with his lap. Yeah, beautiful.
Oh, I love that.
That's awesome, Kathy. And I actually often notice that too, that when you get into the flow of this and you start to prime the pump, one off day doesn't completely derail you. Like you might go, oh, my day is not going well, but you make it a little bumpy and turbulent, but you've been priming the pump and it's still just continuing to move the energy and flow. And I love that. That's beautiful. Okay, we've done our prize, we've done everything. Unless anyone's got a question, is anyone not clear on one part of their setup today? So I just took a moment to breathe into my body.
We will be coming into the Mother Rising group as well. So
okay, well in that case we're done here for today for sure. So tomorrow is the final official day of the immersion. We will be drawing the coaching package. So if you want to today write one of your reflections on one of your miracles, just something that went really well and felt like you were in flow somehow, and do the hashtags 5 days to flow parenting and mother's awakening. Tomorrow morning we are going to go through them and put them in the basket thing and draw the name out, and you'll win that coaching package, which is 2 private in person like over the phone, like you can be anywhere in the world, but coaching sessions, and then 2 self-coaching journals in between. And the power of self-coaching is a really important skill, by the way, and it's mega powerful. And then Kaya's going to probably do it. She's going to lead you deeper in that self-coaching so that you can really work out how to coach yourself, get the clarity that you want. That whole package you can sort it out with Kaya, like when you want to do it. You might want to space your calls over a couple of weeks or something, so you've got like a bit of a gap there and that sort of thing. That is the same as working privately with us, with our private clients, for say a month or so, and worth about $700. Woohoo! So you're welcome to join that. Received a miracle from Jessamine. I had the loveliest bedtime with my son, telling me over and over how much he loves me and showers me with kisses. Oh, beautiful. Yep, the flow is flowing. That's exciting. Yeah.
So we will draw that and the other coaching prize tomorrow.
Yep. And we are welcoming new sisters into Mother Rising Sisterhood this week. We're seeing the people, we're welcoming them. You, all the sisters here, you girls are all welcoming everyone. Thank you so much for making them feel welcome and joining us. I think that's it. I think that's all we're going to say today. We're done.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.